It's Tim Albright with AVNation with the road to InfoComm. InfoComm 2025 happens the 11th through the 13th of June in Orlando, Florida. And with me to talk about Q-SYS and the Q-SYS booth is Mr. Patrick Hine from Q-SYS. Welcome, sir.
Well, thank you for having me, Tim. I appreciate it.
Good to see you. Good to see you. The Q-SYS booth is 4101-4101. Let's put it very bluntly, Patrick, Q-SYS has had quite the announcements, especially the last 4 weeks. So I would expect some of those things to be in the Q-SYS booth. But what will we find this time around in the booth?
Well, thank you for teeing that up. You're exactly right. The Q-SYS booth is going to be a manifestation of a lot of the announcements that you've seen in the last 4 weeks. You were talking, I think, specifically about Activate.
Yep.
So we did a large product launch it'll be about a month from ago. And we're going to be showing those products, of course, in the booth. But the crown jewel of what you will see is the context for which we're putting those announcements. And at the booth, we do something a little different. We do a completely immersive tour, which rather than showing you a bunch of kiosks and having you experiment with products individually, you're going to be immersed in a full high-performance workplace tour, going through 4 different rooms, immersive environments, putting you in the context of the solutions that we're showing. And the really cool thing that we're doing this year is not only creating these fully built out rooms that you're going to be experiencing, but we're going to show how Q-SYS as a platform is uniquely positioned to trade data between those rooms so that we can do real-time experience modification and enhancements as the person's going through. So imagine we're collecting things about our guests in our lobby that you're going to see in 2-3 rooms down the line, and that's because Q-SYS is this platform that's able to use all of the data in the space. So there's that. It's a lot of fun. You know, we take our technology very seriously, but we also keep your experience in mind. And so you're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to learn a lot. There's a lot of surprises. There may or may not be a dance party at the end. And then after you're done with the tour, you have a lot of different options. Again, if you saw products that you want to dive into specifically at Activate that you want to put your hands on, there's going to be opportunity to do that in the booth. If you are feeling brave, we built a fully functional escape room that, of course, is being driven by Q-SYS. All of the control and audio and video, and that whole experience is built on our open platform. And then if you're in the market for some high-performance loudspeakers, you can go over to the demo room and experience our new line arrays and some of our other surface mounts. There's just going to be a lot to do and a lot to experience. We're happily changing the game for the industry, and we're hoping that we can put people in that driver's seat at our booth.
You mentioned a couple of things there, and first of all, if you've ever watched anything with Patrick, especially when it comes to their training, you know a dance party is going to happen. That's just regardless.
Well, I mean, that's there's going to be a dance party at the end of this interview.
Yeah, whether you want to join or not is entirely up to you, right?
For sure.
But you guys have been talking about not just the technology, but you said something there about the context, and that's something that you can only do at a trade show, right? I mean, so really, kind of why does Q-SYS, and Q-SYS invest in, sending a bunch of people, but also having a fairly decent size, a fairly big size presence there. So, is it to give people that context?
Yeah, it's a great question. We are in the business of creating experience. And, you can always look at a spec sheet and we look pretty darn good on paper. But the magic really comes when you put the proof to the pudding and you're actually the benefactor of all of that integration that we're putting together. And it really, we're selling end user experiences, and that's what we try to create at the show, is that we ask them, put yourself in the mind and the bodies of the people that are going to be experiencing these things when they purchase this experience. And that's what we do at the booth. And so we make believers out of people at our trade shows. And if you don't walk away with a smile on your face, come find me, because I want to know why.
And just hanging out and talking with Patrick. Patrick is he's infectious, and I don't mean that in a negative way. His smile is infectious, and
you might get the cold talking to me, though.
Yeah.
That is true.
That's at the end of the week, though. That's beside the point.
Exactly.
4101-4101, Patrick, is where we'll find you. It's where we'll find Q-SYS.
It's the dance party here. Here we go. Sorry.
If they're not going and they don't get to experience the dance party, but they want to follow along with everything that you and QSC and Q-SYS is talking about that week, how do they do that?
If you want to learn about Q-SYS at InfoComm, go to qsys.com/InfoComm. And all of the videos from the tour and a lot of the backstage stuff, you'll see all of that on that website.
All right, very good. Patrick Hine from QSC. We will see him at InfoComm. Thank you so much. For us, for AVNation, go by our website, avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv. And follow along as we also head to Orlando the 11th through the 13th of June for InfoComm 2025. All that and more at avnation.tv. It's avnation.tv.